Yeah, she's got a YouTube channel, so I had to go. My buddy's here. He's going to hold the camera for me.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so we're live on YouTube. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Good, good,
So,
good.
thank you for joining me on a magical minute with this unicorn. I'm here with Chris Goodeve, and he is from up yonder in Canada, and he is doing some amazing things with woodworking. So, here he is tonight to explain to you guys what he's doing, how he creates, and show you some of the masterpieces that he's
I'm going to turn
created.
the camera
I'm
so I can
super
see.
excited about it.
Okay. So I can see.
Thank you so very much. Were you able to share it to my Facebook? Let's see. I'm going to share this out. I'm going to share it to Facebook.
So if I were to switch the camera so that I can point it at you, would she still like so that it's a screenshot? No, I don't know. I'll just do it. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I shared it out to my Facebook. So hopefully everybody will figure that out. Do me the favor, okay? One of you guys, whichever one, can you go to my Facebook and check and see that that is running?
Okay. Here, Dave, can you log on to her Facebook and see if it's running? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Dave's going to check on his phone.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, either way, Chris, this is going to be stored on YouTube. So you can explain everything that you're doing. You can show everybody what you're doing, and I'll share this to my Facebook also. All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but like I said, if it wasn't technical difficulties, it wouldn't be my show. So, so Chris, tell us a little bit about what you do and why you're doing this.
Well, I got into carpentry, God, I guess in my early 20s,
Okay.
and went through the journeyman process and stuff with the union. So I've got 3 college diplomas
Okay.
in carpentry and whatnot.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it was an interesting process. And then, I think it was like a year and a half ago, I had a 4-wheeling accident. I snapped my spine and 3 ribs. And I wasn't able to get back in the field to work. Yeah, I was talking to you after that.
Yes.
And actually, you sent me up some cream for my back too. From one of your
Yep,
companies.
the lotion.
Yeah, that stuff worked great.
It's good stuff.
And so I started doing my business from home, and I was playing around with some Etsy site stuff. Unfortunately, my Etsy site got hacked, so I had to shut it down.
Okay.
So I've been using Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And then I got into the epoxy about 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And it's just really taken off. Everybody loves it, and I just keep expanding with the ideas on it. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I really enjoy that skull that you did, and that cube. That was
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal. That's one of the
Oh,
coolest
thank you.
things I've ever seen. So, did you sell them or do you have them?
No, I sold those. The customer actually messaged me on Facebook
Yeah.
and asked if I could. He sent me a picture of like a tube with watch parts in it.
Okay.
And he said, "Do you need something similar to this?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a few molds I can use." And he showed up at my house a week later with 15 grand worth of Rolexes and a gold bar. And I'm like, "You want me to put this in epoxy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay." So I spent 2 weeks tearing apart perfectly good working Rolexes and a couple other watches. It was horrifying to tear it apart, but
Well, yeah, considering the cost of something like that, but that's
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and then so I put it in the skull for him. And then he's like, "Can you do anything else? Do you have extra parts?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I threw it in the cube, and then I built that little triangle kind of stand for it to hold it on a different angle, so it looks a little bit different. So he
That's
loved
really
it.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great. He got it in the mail, and he was like, "Oh my god!" So it was a nice response from it.
Oh, absolutely. It's always nice when you create something. You're not quite sure where it's going to go, but you create a masterpiece and people are absolutely appreciative of it because you never know how someone's going to react to something that you created yourself. So it's always nice when you can take something and turn it into something absolutely magical. And you have done that with almost everything that you've done. Literally
Oh, thank
everything
you.
that I've seen. It's phenomenal. So, do you have anything there that you've done that you can show everybody?
I do actually. I have a couple of the pieces, the pictures that I sent you,
Awesome.
and I also have a mistake that I left so that everyone can see that it's a process as you go, and sometimes mistakes happen and whatnot.
Absolutely. But mistakes can usually come out to be an amazing thing too.
Right. So this one,
Oh,
like
phenomenal.
in your photo. So this is cherry wood, and that's
Okay.
actually milled from my own property,
Oh, wow.
right?
That's
And then I
phenomenal.
poured. You see the backside too, and I put glow in the dark stuff in this one. I think you have that picture up on your
Y-
page.
yeah.
So the compounds I get, I just order them off Amazon, so I can get a variety of colors and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I poured two separate colors in this, and I put glow in the dark in the both. So like if someone's using it in the evening or something, they can kind of showcase their whatever you want. You put wine. It's a charcuterie board, so you can put meat, cheese, the usual snacks and stuff, right?
Absolutely. I would fill it with pickles.
I remember that you love those, eh?
They're my favorite food group. Yes.
I have this one too.
Oh, that one's cool. That one's
Yeah,
really
so this
cool.
one it actually worked out really neat. So the wood I put in it is Brazilian walnut,
Okay.
and it's really heavy in oil, and I didn't realize it would bleed into the epoxy.
Right.
So when you hold it up to the light,
Oh, wow.
you can
That's
see some of
phenomenal.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see some of the bleed out from it. So it actually turned out really cool, and
Absolutely.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, sometimes the things that you're not expecting are the most amazing things. It's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
wow, I thought that was gonna be bad, but it's phenomenal. Let's run with
right.
it."
And then, well, this one's cherry wood is, or no, this one is beechwood,
Oh, okay.
and
Oh, I
that has
love
glow
that
in
one.
stuff in it as well.
That's really nice. I like the color.
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
pink was pretty popular a few months ago in the summer. I was watching it trending on Instagram, so I
Yeah.
thought, well, I'll make a board like it too, right?
Breast cancer awareness, that would be perfect.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah,
Yeah. See that?
and then I have this one too. This is not a cherry wood again, but it's like I guess people call it wormwood because some of the bugs were eating at it,
Oh,
and then I had to
yeah.
fill that with epoxy as well.
That's amazing. That gives it a nice character.
Yeah,
Oh,
and those
yeah.
that's all filled with epoxy, right?
That's awesome. You know, that one that you have the puzzle pieces in it,
Yeah,
that would be autism. You could market that for something that would be autism because that is something that they use for like pins and all different kinds of things. They use the puzzle pieces.
right. I've actually had a client reach out to me about that, and I'm kind of coming up with a project for them on it. So they have
That's
a family member
phenomenal.
that has autism.
Yeah. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what else do you got?
Well, I've got some of my products that I use.
Yes, please.
So you guys can see that. Yeah,
Oh
this one
yeah.
is RFAC. So this is like a 24-hour epoxy.
Okay.
So if I want to do something like quick, or I have like 4 or 5 pieces I have to turn out pretty quick for a client, I'll use this type of stuff.
Okay.
And you can only pour about an inch at a time.
Oh, okay.
Any more, and it's going to take longer to harden up.
Okay.
What else do I have here? And then I have this. That's for when I make mistakes. So if I have like bubbles and stuff,
Okay.
um, I can just drill them out, and that hardens up in about maybe half an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad at
so
all.
it's good for like a quick fix, and it still looks the same, and then you got to buff it out after.
Right.
And then I also have this. See that? There we go. This product. So this is a similar one, but this is about a 48-hour cure.
Oh, okay.
And the same
Neat.
thing. You can pour about an inch with this. Any more, and it's going to take longer to harden up.
Okay.
And then I also have.
So what kind of colors do you have to use for this? Is there a special kind of like colors or mixed things that you have to use for certain epoxies, or can you use just any kind of, can you use food coloring? Like what do you use to color it?
I've heard some people using food coloring. I haven't tried that myself. I usually buy like
Okay.
the specific epoxy colors. So you can
Okay.
get powder. liquids. You can get inks. Like I have one here.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right, so it's 24 colors, and this is inks. So like there's
Oh, okay. So it's a
right. So there,
liquid.
yeah, and the liquids as opposed to the powders, they react different in the epoxy. So like if I used a powder and maybe I put 2 scoops in of one color and 4 of another color, it'd be
Yeah.
heavier because it's a metallic powder, right? So
Oh,
it'll create
okay.
a different reaction when you start mixing the colors together.
Right. Yeah,
So I
that's
have,
I wasn't sure if because I know with regular food, if you're going to do like an icing or something like that, you want to use a paste. And if you're going to make candy or something like that, which we do gummies, candies, things like that, you want to use
right,
that liquid because it just has a very much it has a very better distribution of the color through it. I feel
right.
that paste just doesn't mix well within hard candy in my opinion. So I wasn't sure if epoxy was the same whether you had powders or pastes or whatever.
Yeah,
So that's
I've
cool.
all different stuff. It's the same idea, right? Like your liquids are obviously going to move a little bit quicker, and then there's different liquids you can get again.
Right.
I bought a pack from this company,
Oh, very cool.
right? So these are a little bit thicker,
Okay.
and I'd say a little bit more of an intense color. If I can get it out of the package. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
let's see what those. And again, they're liquid, right?
Right.
But so what I found is whether you're using a liquid or a powder, the best thing is to let it sit in the epoxy for a bit. So if you're pouring it directly into your container before you pour it on your project,
Yeah.
you let it sit and it'll soak through the epoxy, and then you can slowly stir it, and you'll get a nice blend on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Right. So
interesting.
yeah, that's what I've been learning in the past few months. It's about timing and temperature as well, right? So
Okay.
I usually keep my shop around 70, 72 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's the best for the epoxy to cure and to be able to work it properly, and then you get a nice finished product. If it cures too slowly, it can almost be like rubber when you go to pull
Oh,
it out of the
okay.
mold. So it'll keep
Okay.
flexing, and it'll take like another week or two to harden up, right?
Oh, okay. So that's a much longer process if you have a temperature difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it makes a
So
big difference for temperature for epoxy, for candy, for gummies, for lotion. My lotion's the same way. If I don't cool that down almost immediately, it bubbles up or it gets funky. So I as soon as I pour it and it cools down to a certain temperature, I can pop it in the fridge or freezer or whatever I want to do at that point. So then when I get home, I can just seal it up and stick it in my stick it in my
right.
contain in my little bins. But if it's too cold, I mean, it'll crystallize. So, you know,
Yeah. So
it
it's basically the same idea. It's with anything, you just got to kind of play with it and learn the process, right?
absolutely. So, I know you had done a class. What was the class for? You went and you taught somewhere?
Oh God, that was actually a really fun project I got to work on. I have a couple of my union reps that are on my Facebook page.
Okay.
And they've been seeing my work, and they invited me down to teach a veterans course.
Okay.
One
That's
of the vets, he
fantastic.
works with veterans,
Okay.
and like he's always trying to get them out and doing stuff. And some of them have like severe PTSD and
Yeah.
addiction issues, and among other things. So he tries to help reintegrate them back into society, right?
Yeah.
So they called me, and I obviously jumped at the opportunity because that was pretty cool. My
Absolutely.
grandfather was in the war too, so.
Very cool. Well,
Um,
thank you for doing that for them because I'm sure it was much appreciated.
Oh God, yeah, it was great. I got lots of feedback. A couple of the guys I still talk to, and they started doing it at home for themselves. So I get a few private messages every now and again, and they're asking me little
Nice.
tricks and tips and stuff. So
Yeah.
I continue to give back. It was really rewarding, and continues to be.
So, do you plan on doing more of them?
Actually, some of the instructors asked me if I wanted to teach a full time course there once a month.
Nice. That's
Yeah, so
phenomenal.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So it was funny too because a lot of the teachers there that taught me when I
Yeah.
was apprentice were coming up to me and asking me for tips on how to do it because some of them did like home projects or stuff with their boats and whatnot.
Yeah. So
So
that's
it was very
cool. Teach them something.
yeah, it was very surreal. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, no, you're supposed to teach me. Like
When the
it's
student
kind of
becomes
interesting.
the teacher.
Yeah, yeah, it was really interesting. Uh,
That's phenomenal. So what do you see yourself doing in the next year or so with this? Do you plan on building it into a company, or do you plan on building it into like maybe a workshop that you can teach people, or is it just going to be custom orders, or where do you see it going?
Um, a little bit of everything, to be honest. I've gotten a few people interested in doing courses, so
Yeah.
once that starts to build up a little bit more, I'll probably offer something like there's a few spaces in town that I can rent, so I can
Oh,
actually
nice.
accommodate a larger group of people.
Yeah.
Um, as for the company, yeah, it's going to continue to grow. I'm planning on a website and stuff in the future,
Okay. Very good.
and
Do you have any thoughts on where you want to go for your website? What you want to do for it? Because I use GoDaddy, GoDaddy.com. It's probably
okay,
one of the best ones. It's easiest one for me to set up. I have no skill when it comes to doing something like that. I had never done it. So GoDaddy was very simple for me, and it was very inexpensive. I had just spoken to a gentleman at an event that I did yesterday, and he spent thousands of dollars for his website and SEO settings and all of those things. And
right,
he's not even making any money on his website. I did my own website, cost me about $300. And I did my own SEO settings. I am on Google's second page, and I'm the first one on that second page. So I'm doing pretty well for not having any skills whatsoever. So if you need any help, I'd be more than happy to help you set your SEO settings or whatever, no cost. I'll just show you how I did it. I mean,
oh,
I'm
wow.
no expert, but I'll give you the information that I have. I mean, it'll get you somewhere, you know?
Yeah, it's a good place to start, right?
Absolutely, 100%. So, you got into doing this after you got hurt.
Yeah,
But before that, what were you doing? You said you were working for the
local 27 Carpenters Union.
Oh, okay. So were you working on houses? Were you working on buildings? What were you building?
Mostly grocery stores, and I did a
Okay.
lot of trim work for condos.
Oh, okay.
And I'd move around depending on the availability of work, right?
Right.
Sometimes I was pouring concrete, doing the high rise and stuff like that.
Okay, because that gives
So
you a lot of different skills, and it gives you a lot of different perspectives when you're building something. Because realistically, you could build anything out of anything, right? You can use
yeah,
epoxy, you can use concrete, you can use wood, you can use plastic, and I think the way that you were doing what you were doing allowed you to gather all those skills to be able to do what you're doing now, which I find really awesome. So, when are you coming back to the United States to go skiing with me? It's winter time, but we don't have any snow. So
well, at the mountaintops, right? Actually,
yeah.
I have three potential clients that I'm supposed to go see in Florida next month.
Oh, very
Um,
cool.
yeah, they were kind enough to fly me down and cover my accommodations because they're interested in my epoxy work.
Nice.
So I have
Very
to send them.
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal again, and they're
Yeah.
big contractors. They
Yeah.
build like houses. A couple of the gentlemen build skyscrapers and stuff. So they're
Nice.
gonna
Well,
want tables. And
if they need any lotion for pain, let them know. I got some.
I'm sure they do. They're like heli skiing and whatnot, right?
They're always in pain. And you've had the lotion, which was absolutely phenomenal. How's your mom doing?
She's good. She actually was still using the last little bit in the past couple of weeks. She hurt her neck again. She's got a pinched nerve. So
Oh, yeah, the pinch nerves are a pain right in the literal, you know what. So that's really awesome. I'm super excited about all of these things that you're doing. I'm really happy to see that you're doing well because I know you were in that accident and I know you were in a lot of pain for quite some time. So it's nice to see you up and moving and being active and doing something that you truly love. And not only that, but you're growing with it. You're able to, go and teach classes, and you're able to get yourself your own little shop there, and you're able to expand on not just the woodworking, but you're doing acrylics and stuff like that too. So that's really
yeah.
super awesome. So you have an Instagram. So can you give people some information on your Instagram, your web? I know you don't have a website, but your email address, any way that they can contact you. I've already put in my Facebook. I've attached your name and your business to that post, but just so
Right.
that it's in the video. Can you tell them that?
Oh, Instagram is elegant_wood_co.
Okay.
That's the Instagram one. Facebook is just Christopher Goodeve.
Okay.
And so you can message me on either one of those if you want a product or if you just have a question about doing your own project.
Okay.
And then if you want to purchase products, same thing. You can message on either one of those, or you can
Okay.
contact me through my email, and that's elegantwoodcan@gmail.com.
Perfect. Now you can ship anywhere, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's still through the.
You gotta love shipping, especially coming to or from the United States. It's absolutely horrendous. I get it. But yeah, it's the best thing that you can do is contact Chris through either his Instagram, through Messenger, or his email, and then you can order whatever you need, or he can show you examples of what he has to give you ideas. Or even do you do stock, Chris? Do you stock anything specific?
No, I have a couple of the products that I showed you. That's kind of just to give
Yep.
people an idea. I found
Okay.
it works best if somebody gives me like basically a few parameters of what they want, and then give me
Okay.
free creative freedom on the rest.
Okay.
And that's how I'm able to turn out those like one of one products like the skulls or the cube and whatnot.
Yeah, I
So I
think
can.
it's important to note too that all your products are literally one of a kind. So it's
Yeah.
not like somebody else is going to have your product. If you order a charcuterie board and you want bluish green or you want teal, or maybe you want something that's football, baseball, sport related, he can create anything for you in any fashion that you want it. And I'm sure it'll be absolutely magical, just like everything else he's ever created. That's for sure. Um, so is there anything else that you wanna add, Chris? Is there anything else you wanna tell anybody?
Um, no, that's about all I can really think of.
Okay, no
I got
problem.
that mistake. If anyone wants to see the mistake I made the other day, I can show that
Yes,
and explain that.
yes. Please show us the mistake because I wanna see it.
All right, so I ran out of silicone. So a lot of times guys will build their own forms,
Okay.
and I do the same thing. You can see on the board here, I use tuck tape.
Oh, okay.
So I put that over the entire workspace, and then I build my own wooden forms, and I
Oh,
wrap those in
okay.
tuck tape because epoxy won't stick to it.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I ran out of silicone, and you usually seal the inside edges of the form with
Okay.
silicone. I ran out, and I thought, well, a hot glue gun would work good. And um, as you
I
can
guess
see,
not, huh?
no, it didn't. It kind of spilled out, but it's fine. Like it, you can actually peel it right off the tuck tape.
You should take that peeling and then you should put that in a some sort of a I don't know. Take those pieces and put them inside a skull.
Yeah, actually, I can. Yeah, because it'll all bond together, right?
Absolutely. That'd be phenomenal. Then you could put little shards in there and it'll look like it's trying to work its way out, like a
My
head
father's actually
exploding.
offered me some of his stained glass offcuts, so I might try something
Oh,
with that as well.
oh, that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait. I want to see it.
I got
Well,
lots of
Chris,
new things coming down the road, so I'll definitely share them with you.
I can't wait to see everything that you're going to create. You have an amazing mind and you're so creative. We've been friends for quite some time on Facebook. And I've followed your journey through everything, troubles in and outs, ups and downs, and your accidents. And I'm so glad to finally really talk to you, see what you're doing, see how you're doing. And I'm so excited for everything that's coming for you. I wish you nothing but the best and all the success in the world. And if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, please, please, please reach out to me. I'm going to put this on my Facebook and I will leave it. It's going to be permanent on YouTube. So anybody can come back and watch this for years to come. It'll never go anywhere. And
Okay,
you have my undying support.
thank you.
You're very welcome, Chris. I hope you have an amazing night. Thank you so much for joining me on a magical minute with this unicorn. I appreciate you and I appreciate your friend so very much.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, and
You're very welcome.
hi and bye to everybody that's watching.
Yeah, I this takes a little while once we do the live stream for YouTube. It usually takes them I think 24 hours to actually post the live stream. But once that happens, I will take that and I will throw it over on Facebook. I'll do a short live stream and let them know that that's what I'm doing because Facebook can be so technical difficult. It's just sometimes it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
But
I know I had everybody messaging me tonight, and they're like, "We're all waiting for you." I'm like, "I'm trying.
we're
I'm
waiting on
trying."
you. I was like, but you know what? The funny thing about it is there's always technical difficulties with Facebook. Literally always. So if I didn't have them, I would feel really weird because it's just supposed to happen.
Right.
It is what it is. But at least I have YouTube now that I can still go live on YouTube and put it out on Facebook. So
Yeah.
it's all good. No worries. Well, again, thank you so much, Chris. Have an amazing night, and I'll talk to you real soon.
All right. You too. Thank you. God bless.
God bless, my friend.
All right. Bye.
Bye.